Take a whole share of embroidery floss from the thread board. Each share consists of 6 smaller strands, which can be divided into individual strands as needed. Thread the divided embroidery floss through the needle like this, ensuring one end is longer than the other, and tie a knot at the longer end. Now you're ready to start embroidering. If double-stranded thread is required for the embroidery, you can take out 1 or 2 strands and thread them through the needle. Align the 2 ends of the thread. Fold the thread in half. Tie a knot at the ends, thus forming a double or quadruple strand for embroidery. This petal uses 3 strands of thread number 11 in satin stitch. Fill the pattern by embroidering straight lines between 2 points, seamlessly stitching each line. Start embroidering from the middle of this petal, which makes it easier to control the thread direction. Since the petal is fan-shaped, wider at the top and narrower at the bottom, some threads can be stitched only halfway or 2/3 of the length of the petal. This gradually changes the direction of the thread. Here uses 3 strands of thread number 09 in straight stitch, creating a straight line between 2 points on the pattern. These knots use 6 strands of thread number 05 in French knot stitch. Bring the needle up. Hold the thread with your left hand and wrap it around the needle once. Insert the needle close to where it emerged and keep the left hand thread taut while slowly pulling the right hand thread, ensuring not to pull too tight to maintain the fullness of the knot. Here uses 6 strands of thread number 04 in French knot stitch. Here also uses 6 strands of thread number 06 in French knot stitch. Here utilizes 3 strands of thread number 03 in fishbone stitch. Start by embroidering a straight line along the top of the leaf. Then, continuously embroider straight lines to the left and right of this initial line until the leaf is fully filled. And here, fishbone stitch is used as well. The thread is composed of 3 strands of thread number 03 combined with 1 strand of thread number 01, forming a 4-strand embroidery thread. This uses 3 strands of thread number 06 in long and short stitch. Stitch a long straight line followed by a shorter straight line, repeating to complete the first layer. For the second layer, stitch in the middle of the first layer with 3 strands of thread number 02 in long and short stitch, overlapping by half. Continue this until the petal is filled. The stem uses 3 strands of thread number 02 in stem stitch. The needle exits from the bottom, takes a stitch forward, comes out in the middle between 2 points and tightens the thread, and repeats. This stem is relatively thick, so it requires 2 lines of stem stitch. Here uses 3 strands of thread number 09 in stem stitch. Here use 6 strands of French knot stitch, embroidered according to the colors shown in the instruction diagram. This uses 4 strands of thread number 10 in cast-on stitch. The needle emerges from the bottom, inserts at the next point, and re-emerges near the first stitch. After placing a parallel needle, the thread is looped over a finger and then over the needle, adjusted according to the distance between the first 2 stitches. Once looped, hold the thread with your left hand, pull the needle out, and thread through. Enter the fabric right next to the second stitch to form a petal. Here uses 3 strands of thread number 05 in chrysanthemum leaf stitch. After the needle emerges from the bottom, it enters the fabric closely beside the previous stitch without fully tightening the thread. Next, the needle comes out above the pattern, and the thread is looped around it. Hold tight before continuing the stitch into the fabric. And here uses 3 strands of thread number 06 in chrysanthemum leaf stitch. These knots use 3 strands of thread number 05 in French knot stitch.